All right, so after that last video that I put out talking about the good and bad channels, based on the comments of that section or on that video, and then also a shout out from Jason Matchin Actual. He sent me an email suggesting that I make a video like this, and a lot of you guys in the comment section also suggested that I issue an apology. So here it goes. From the bottom of my heart, I sincerely apologize for not including these other awesome channels on the good list. Like that's totally my fault. That's my bad. I should have definitely included some of these awesome channels because they're fantastic too. And in fact, the list of good channels, it way outweighs greatly the list of bad channels. It's just the list of bad channels, like, they're really bad. It's not like in between, it's like they're really bad channels. For example, some of the awesome channels to check out is Renewed Homestead. Fantastic people. Ben and Denise, they're friends of me, they're friends of my parents as well. They're always down to help. Like they're always down to help, no matter how busy they got their whole life going on. Also, the only homestead that I've known who has successfully lived on the property temporarily, gotten the food and animal system squared away, and then finished by building their house. Usually that's like out of order for most people, but they're the only ones who put foot to butt and have actually done it. Go check out their homestead channel. It's fantastic. Renewed Homestead. Another one is awesome. That's awesome is Hugh Richards. That's actually a channel that I go to better learn how to be like a better teacher. He's fantastic at explaining complex permaculture systems and techniques and topics to people who have never had any experience with permaculture. I go to his channel to learn how to become a better teacher. Fantastic channel. James Prigioni, I'm guessing. Now, this isn't a channel that I've necessarily seen myself or watched myself, but a lot of you guys, like, he just kept popping up in the comment section over and over and over again. Like, you guys should probably check him out. I plan on checking him out, but you guys should as well. Another one is Mountainside with Ken and Amy. They're fantastic people, and they're not far. They're over in Hot Springs, North Carolina. Friends of my parents as well. And they also have like a property where they're renting like long-term rentals on their cabins to see if you could be introduced into their community and, like, you know, get folded into the community, or it's a fantastic opportunity to see if homesteading or permaculture or any of that stuff is a good fit for you. Remember, not everybody has to grow food. Like, there are plenty of other slots to be filled within a resilient community. Not everybody has to grow food. And if you want to find out if you're one of those people that should or shouldn't grow food, go check out their community for the long-term rentals. Also, Mike the Fit Farmer. Contagious personality in a good way. Like, he's an awesome guy. He's always happy. Nothing really seems to get him down. Fantastic dude to be around. Awesome people. Jason and Lorraine from Sow the Land. They're another fantastic family. Like, I wish to someday get my videography up to a level of Jason's. Like, he's awesome channel. Penelope, their daughter, grows like a weed. Every time I see her, like, she's grown another foot. And in fact, I mistook her for the adults last time I saw her. But just sweet, awesome family. Holler Homestead. Ben and Meg have raised some fantastic children. For example, their oldest boys, like, if I were to give them like duct tape, some rope, and a knife, I'm pretty sure they could conquer Asheville in like 12 hours, something like that. They're fantastic people. Go check them out as well. If you're wanting gardening advice, like straight up, just no fluff gardening advice, check out M.I. Gardener. He has a fantastic channel talking about like what to plant, when to plant it, stuff like that. Fantastic channel. Epic Gardening is another one, and I think they started another sister channel called Epic Homesteading, maybe. I am not familiar with the Epic Homesteading, but I know the Epic Gardening has some fantastic content on there. Some of it is permaculture, some of it is like regenerative ag, and then some of it is like conventional gardening. Glean what's useful, and then, you know, discard the rest. Fantastic channel. Huge channel as well. And then as far as like a news source goes, go to Bear Independent. Like, he's not looking to gain anything by informing you guys. And here's, I think, one of the biggest issues. Like, I'm not berating some of these channels because, like, Doug and Stacy and the Max, I'm not berating them because they're talking about current events necessarily. The main issue is the constant fear mongering. Like, just look at their titles and look at their thumbnails and stuff like that. It's just gratuitous, over the top. That is the definition of clickbait. The definition of clickbait is promising something and then not delivering on that promise. You can have like an insane title and thumbnail and stuff, but if I deliver on that promise of the title and the thumbnail, That's not clickbait. Clickbait is only whenever you don't deliver on the title and the thumbnail. And that's exactly what they do. And the reason they got into current events and topics and stuff like that is because they noticed that they could get way more viewers with way less work on their end. Like, it takes me quite a while to film a video, a hypothetical video, talking about planting sweet potatoes in the garden. It takes me way more effort and time and editing to make that video talking about planting and, you know, taking care of sweet potatoes in the garden than it does for me to stand in front of a camera, read off an article, a headline article, and then talk about that for 10 to 15 minutes. That takes way less effort. Also, you're appealing to people's like emotions at that point. So you're gonna get it, especially with their titles and their thumbnails, you're gonna get way more views just by doing that. Also, they don't necessarily believe what they're saying. In fact, in like not so private public conversations before with some of these people, they've openly admitted, like, yeah, we do this because it gets way more views and we get way more ad revenue from YouTube. Like, they don't necessarily care about, you know, actually informing people. Whereas Bear Independent, TJ over at Bear Independent absolutely cares about informing people and having a prepared populace for what is to come. I am not against preparedness. I think everybody should be prepared. Every consultation I do, the first step, freaking one, is to put back enough food, 6 months of food, for each individual at your homestead and everybody who intends on coming to your homestead. That's step one. You don't move on to anything else until step one is achieved. So there's that. Full spectrum survival is another one of those guys. I've been told, I haven't confirmed this in person, but I've been told that he does not live that lifestyle. He just knows that he can get a boatload of views if he scares everybody, and then there's that. And also, let's look at the responsibility of this video, right? Let's say we're all walking down a trail, right? And we're all heading to the same location, and there's a snake off to the side of the trail path, right? And if I pass by the snake and I don't get bit, but I don't tell anybody behind me that there's a snake on the side of the road, and if they get bit, that's my fault. If I pass a snake and I don't inform anybody behind me that, hey, y'all, there's a freaking snake on the side of the road, be careful, and they get bit, that's my fault. That's my fault. Also, if we're all traveling to the same destination but from different locations and there's a guy giving bad directions, if I don't inform everybody else, like, hey, don't take this guy's advice because he's giving bad directions, and everybody gets lost along the way, that's my fault. There's that. Also, look at this. Here's another reason to make the video the way I made it. If I just came out with a video talking about 6 awesome channels that everybody should check out, I'm gonna get maybe 3,000 views on that video. But by calling out the bad ones at the same time as the good ones, now there's way more views on a video, on a particular video. So by appealing to everybody's like train wreck, gotta watch that train wreck nature, way more people clicked on the video and they were exposed to these awesome, fantastic channels than they would have been if I had just talked about the awesome, fantastic channels. There's 2 solid reasons in and of themselves to call out the bad channels right there. Now, I'm not saying all this without providing a solution, because if permaculture is anything, it's turn the problems into the solution. The problem is, a lot of y'all people are upset. That's perfectly fine. Here's the solution. I suggest that all of us, or the ones that are mad, we all get into an MMA ring, just one-on-one, and I'll fight everybody. But we charge ticket sales, we charge online sales, and all of the proceeds, literally all of the money, goes to funding child rescue operations via Caleb House. It's what's on the back of my shirt. And if you don't know what Caleb House is, they basically go and rescue children from trafficking, and they provide them with permanent homes. They don't get thrown back into the system like some of the other guys do. They don't get thrown back into the system just to repeat the whole cycle again. They get provided a permanent home, and they are now a permanent fixture of that family. They are a family member. They don't get kicked out when they're 18. They get treated just like any other family member. They're like, all right, you're 18. Do you want to go to college? Do you want to go to trade school? What do you want to do? That's how they're treated, and that's how they're taken care of. But, so I offer an MMA fight. If you're super upset, especially the channels that I called out, if you guys are upset, meet me in the ring. Now, obviously, Patera, I'm not offering to fight you. And Park Rose Permaculture, I'm not offering to fight you as well, but you're more than welcome to have a proxy. You can have your husband step in. Now, Park Rose, that offers another issue, is I think you would be better suited to that situation than your husband, given the elasticity of his wrists and the amount of soy in his blood. So with your particular case, you're allowed to hire a proxy or find a proxy, and they can step into the ring. By no means am I suggesting that I go in there and fight women. Even if you identify as a man, none of that stuff is going on. So that's the solution. You don't like it, and if you really don't like it, then hopefully we can get Pat Miletich. And if you don't know who Pat Miletich is, here's who Pat Miletich is. He's friends with my dad, helping with the soil regeneration over in North Carolina. Hopefully we can get him to referee. All of the proceeds go to funding child rescue operations, because who can get mad at that? And if you do get mad at that, then we won't talk about that. But yeah. So there's the solution. If you're mad, meet me in the ring. We'll fight about it. And I'm not saying I'm the baddest in the room. That's not at all what I'm saying. In fact, I'm not. I'm far from being the baddest in the room. But I would much rather take the beating than have any of these kids go through another day of beating or abuse or anything like that. I am more than happy. I would view it as an honor to take the place of those children. So that's where that's going. I'm not the baddest in the room. I'm pretty good at growing food anywhere you put me on the planet. Outside of that, I'm pretty crap at everything. So there's that. So hopefully you guys understand better what the point of the video was. And hopefully, yeah, we can come together like butt cheeks and be the shiznit. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to weed out the bad guys, warn you guys with bad directions. And yeah, so after this, there's no more of this discussion or anything like that unless there's MMA matches to be announced. But outside of this, I'm done with this topic. I'll be getting back into the regularly scheduled deprogramming of permaculture, homesteading, growing your own food, stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for the support. You thought I was going to apologize, didn't you? Yeah, I apologize for not leaving out some of the other awesome channels. And there's more channels that I forgot, but thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.